You will never heal your gut if you do these things. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you the biggest mistakes that I would say 95% of people make when it comes to healing your gut and getting rid of digestive issues for good. And I do want to preface this and say, if you think you do not have digestive issues going on, but you are struggling with cravings, low energy, fatigue, thyroid issues, you're feeling bloated, constipated, you're having skin issues, acne, your immune system is going down. If you're having any of these symptoms, it all really does come down to your gut. And I have helped clients that have struggled with stubborn belly fat, chronic cravings, low energy, thyroid issues, you name it, lose up to 32 pounds in 12 weeks by healing their gut. So let's go into it. And for all my gut girls out there, I struggled for years with chronic digestive issues. I figured out I had 15 types of parasites, H. pylori, SIBO, mast cell activation. My thyroid went crazy. I lost my cycle for 7 years and I got it back naturally. And I essentially healed myself. I built my body to where it is now, and I work with over 1,000 women. And the approach that I take and that I'm going to be sharing with you today in terms of just in order to get to a healthy body weight, we have to get to a healthy body. It's simple. And if you're going for weight loss, but you're struggling with cravings, low energy, you've got gut issues, you're starting to have a lot of your blood work showing having, low iron and anemia, all of these things come down to our gut. So I'm going to start off this video by breaking down, what is going on, why eliminations and diets don't work, and one of the biggest mistakes that 95% of people make when it comes to healing the gut, why, and actually what to do instead. So the first thing I kind of want to explain to you guys, when it comes to healing the gut, the biggest mistake that so many individuals make, and I want you to stay tuned to the end because you need to hear this, because if you shut off, you're not going to understand why and get to how to heal your gut. It's elimination diets. Because the thing is when we have a digestive issue going on, we typically just cut out a food, or we go to a low FODMAP diet, or we cut out of a bunch of different things. And we get very, very limited with our diet. And we think, okay, if I'm cutting the food, that should heal my gut. I should start getting better. I feel less bloated. And one of two things happens. Either we feel so good cutting out all of our food. I got down to 3 foods that didn't cause me chronic gas, bloating, and digestive issues. And that was white rice, chicken, and coconut oil. And I was down to those limited foods. I felt so good on them. And I developed a fear of coming off of them because every time I would have something, I would get more digestive issues again. And I'm going to explain why this is happening. So if you are that person that's cut out the food, added it back in, and then you're like, why is, I did all the healing supplements, why am I still having issues? I'm going to tell you why at the end of the video. So just keep listening. So we do these elimination diets. We're cutting out the food. We get sometimes limited to that food because every time we expand it, it starts kind of giving us all the gut issues, constipation, gas, bloating, histamine issues, itchy skin, brain fog, fatigue, and we just don't feel good on it. So we get very restricted. And this is one of the biggest mistakes I see so many people make, because what happens is when we are stuck here, what I want you to understand is if we don't heal the gut, you could be adding all of the food back in, but you didn't get to the root cause. And I'm going to explain how to heal that gut. You didn't get to the root cause. Therefore, you are still having inflammation in the gut and reacting to those foods. And I'm going to explain why. When it comes to healing the gut, when we have underlying issues like chronic stress, so these are some key reasons why we would be having a lot of inflammation and having gut issues, GI issues, or something called leaky gut, which a lot of us do have. The first thing is we're all under chronic stress. Also, we could have different pathogens in our body, such as H. pylori, different yeast, bacteria, parasites. We could be eating food, and this is a big one. If you have a lot of inflammation in the gut and we're eating the same foods all the time and we got leaky gut going on, this is your gut lining, this is your little villi. If they are leaky, that means they're open up. So your food could leak into your bloodstreams, antigens attach onto it, and your body actually could start creating reactions to the foods that are your safe foods. So for example, I was eating chicken all the time. It was like my only safe protein that didn't make me feel bad, because fish gave me histamine issues. Beef is aged 28 days, so that would give me histamine issues. So I was doing chicken. And what happened was I was eating it so much all the time, and I had so much pathogens and so much inflammation in the gut and so much leaky gut that my body actually, chicken became a food sensitivity for me. And my body actually started getting more inflamed, more digestive issues because of that. So that's another thing I wanted to add on. So we have the gut. I'm saying we don't want to do the elimination diets because, number one, we get so limited on our food. Number two, at the same time, we want the diversity to feed the good bacteria when we do get to a gut healing protocol. The other thing is we could have all of these different pathogens in our body. So if we're cutting out all of our food and we're not getting to the root cause, whether it be, like I said, the H. pylori, SIBO, candida, yeast, pathogens, this, or even dysbiosis, you're going to cut the food out. This stuff is still taking over in the gut. So when you add it back in, you're still going to be reactive. An example with a low FODMAP diet, and here's an example. I had a client of mine, she came to me and she was on low FODMAP diet for years. And that's basically things like avocado, beans. They have fermentable carbohydrates. If you have an imbalance of the gut bacteria, when you cut those out and you go to a low FODMAP diet, check my YouTube channel, I did a whole video on this. What happens is your body becomes less, your body isn't fermenting the carbohydrates, so you're less sensitive and you have less bloating. And then you add them back in, because you didn't address the yeast, the bacteria, the root cause, you're still reacting to those. And before I go into the other main reason and how to heal the gut, I have to pause for a second because I am so excited. My next 90-day whole body transformation, it is starting. It is November 12th. I'm like kidding. I can't believe we're already in November. And I am looking for 11 busy women ready to transform their body in 90 days. If you struggle with chronic cravings and stubborn belly fat, this is for you. It's not just about the calories in versus calories out. My clients are balancing out their hormones. They're training less. Stubborn belly fat's going away. They're enjoying more food, and nutrition becomes like literally brushing their teeth. And the key thing is with my clients, when they come to me, it's not here's a program, buy. I teach my clients everything so that at the end of the 12 weeks, they have all the tools on what to eat, when to eat, the foods to eat. Like, they're so busy in life, and we make this fit so easy that it is sustainable for them. So if you're ready to transform your body, I want you to head to that description below on my YouTube or DM me right on Instagram. Let's set up a call. I only have 11 spots. There's only 69 days now left in the year. Why not finish the year feeling strong and then go into next year not yo-yoing back and forth again? And my area of expertise, by the way, is women 30 plus that have tried every diet out there and they still cannot lose weight. They got the hormone imbalances, thyroid issues going on. They got busy lifestyles, chronic cravings, and that 2 p.m. fatigue. So send me over a DM or head to the description and let's set up a call. Now we are going to go into it. One other key aspect I did want to mention when it comes to the gut, and let me preface this again. If you struggle with stubborn belly fat and the cravings and all of this, a lot of it is with the gut. Because if we were a C-section, if we were bottle fed, if we had a lot of courses of antibiotics, if we're taking a lot of medications, if we're eating a lot of things that cause food sensitivities, if we got these pathogens going on, if you've had foodborne illness, you got bad food poisoning, you can get pathogens so easy by that. And all of us do have, a little bit of these pathogens. But what happens is that when we get, for example, a client came to me, she's like, Elizabeth, I was great. Everything was awesome with my gut. But then I had this done. I got this sickness and took multiple courses of antibiotics. I had a dental surgery and had to do multiple courses of antibiotics. And our immune system, 70% is in our gut. And the immune system gets so weak, it kills the good and the bad bacteria. And that bad bacteria that was in there, these pathogens, they don't have anything. You don't have your immunity, your protection, your resilience. So these take over and they start causing inflammation in the gut. They start throwing off your hormones. You start getting thyroid issues. You start getting if you have things like H. pylori, you may be getting acid reflux, burping, and they put you on antacids. Maybe we have H. pylori going on and we have low stomach acid, and things like thyroid issues too, the conversions in our liver. If we have all of these bad bacteria, they release something called LPS, and those release toxins in the body. So we got leaky gut, we could have pathogens, they're releasing toxins. So you wonder why sometimes, like when I had all my gut issues, I had 15 parasites, H. pylori, I had the SIBO, chronic inflammation in my gut, chronic leaky gut, down to 3 foods, even though some days would cause me, food sensitivities. And then when I found out chicken was one of mine, I'm like, what do I eat? And I had to get so creative, as I do for all of my clients too. I have 2 ways of working with me. It's my 90-day transformation program. It is on November 12th. And then also my digestive coaching program. And that is, I only take on around 1 or 2 clients with that. And we're deep into the healing, the hormone balancing, and everything there. But my whole thing with this is I really wanted to bring up today that something that's true to my heart, because I was in this place and I work with so many women that have chronic gut issues, and I help them heal in 90 days because I've been in the shoes. And the thing that really kept me held back is I was so fearful of adding in the food. I cut all the food out because I would react. And I didn't get to the root cause, and I wasn't looking at how these things could also cause a whole cascade of effects on my hormones, on my body, weight loss, cravings, anxiety, depression. And I was taking all of the medications, and I felt numb, and I didn't know what to do. And when I found out these, and no one could help me with these, and then I researched, I studied, I went back to school. I'm kinesiology, CSCS, holistic nutrition consultant. I am a GAPS practitioner. It stands for gut and psychology syndrome, directly healing the gut, the brain connection, autoimmune. And then I'm back right now for a 5th degree, and I'm going to be sharing that super soon with you guys. And I'm very, very excited because it's going to allow me to help so many people even more. But if you struggle with any of this going on, remember, the answer is not cutting everything out. We have to get to the root cause. That's what I do for all of my clients. We got to get there. If you made it this far in the video, thank you for listening, but I want to ask you a question. I have a few other big major mistakes that most people make. If you would like for me to do a part 2 and a part 3 on the 2nd and the 3rd one being parasite cleanses, and I can go deep diving into that and why so many people do it wrong, drop a comment below and say, just put a thumbs up emoji down below, and I will make that coming for you. And make sure you go watch my case studies playlist. You need to check it out. There's so many amazing case stories. I'm looking in the background right now to my little French bulldog, and I'm like, his little butt is in the background. And let me tell you this dog, he almost died 4 times last year. He ate something from pig, I don't know, my parents' backyard. He got hemorrhagic E. coli. He almost passed away from that. He lost all of his hair. The doctors got him on food he was highly allergic to. And I did a deep healing protocol, Tanky, and we got all of his hair back. He even became allergic to grass. So if I can heal my gut, you can heal your gut. If Tank can heal his gut and get all of his hair back, you can heal. So if you want a part 2 and 3, throw it there. And remember, if you need to lose weight and you feel not good in your body, you're having all these symptoms, stop focusing on fat loss. We have to focus on the root cause. The root cause is the gut, the hormones, the stress, the sleep. That's what I do. And if you want to transform your body and get to the root cause, send me over that DM ready or head to the description and let's do it. Let's set up a call for my next 90-day whole body transformation. Have a beautiful day.